welcome back to the Angry Buddha official. Oh, happy Mother's Day to all the madres. Happy Mother's Day to all the madres. Now it's time to celebrate with some Toque Marmalade. Know what I'm saying, babe? Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Meant to put this video up yesterday, but the storm was brewing and we were just being lazy. So that's what it is. And welcome back to the Angry Buddha official. Hope y'all enjoyed the last review of the Green Dragon by 6 Photo. This is Toque. Don't smoke, snuff, Toque, toast and marmalade. And y'all know what time it is. It's a toast time, and I love toast. It's super humid in this Texas weather in my garage. So we are in the garage now. So I need to give me a little bit of air. Probably open up that back door in a minute. For a little better lighting. See if the flies don't bother us so much. Oh yeah, natural light. There we go. Speaking of natural light. Anyway, bad joke. Let's see. Now we can smell everything that we're putting in our nose. I've actually been, this is the only snuff I've been doing today, which wasn't too long ago. I had my first pinch of the day, maybe like 15 minutes ago. I also want to talk about something before I get into this review. If you are also an oral tobacco user, which meaning that most likely the oral tobacco that you are using is, or for one, it's probably giving you nicotine faster, whatever it is, snus, dip, cigarettes, unless it's like pipe tobacco. But let's say snus, dip, cigarettes, pouches, nicotine pouches, not just dip pouches, but yeah, loose snus, whatever. You're probably getting much more of a faster buzz, and you're getting more nicotine really quickly. So I want to talk about this for someone that is trying to stop all the oral use of tobacco. You know, I'm not going to get into it, but like how I get free tobacco sometimes. Sometimes I don't even really want to say too much, just you never know if a work, well, I'm already saying too much if I say that. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I get my hands on free tobacco, and it's not from theft or anything like that. I just get free tobacco from whatever reason. Maybe it's fallen off a truck somewhere, and well, it's just the truth. And times are hard, and shit. I'm trying not to snooze too much, so basically I'm using certain oral tobaccos that, and I'm not talking about pipe tobacco because we're not addicted to pipe tobacco. We got to get our pipe out and smoke a pipe real fast. That's not how pipe smoking works. You smoke it slow. If you have an addiction to tobacco, switching to pipe tobacco is not what you want to do, unless you know that you're going to be cutting down extremely and you can handle that. Well, sometimes I get my hands on free dip, or I get my hands on free cigarettes. You know, I'm not a cigarette smoker, but sometimes things are tough, and, you know, nasal snuff is not convenient or convenient enough for me with my job or whatever in life, and that's what I end up using. I want to say this because I want people to be aware that if you've been snuffing dominantly for a while, and then you slip up and you take some type of oral tobacco, and maybe it's giving you what you need faster, but so you kind of neglect your snuffing, I'm going to tell you right now, you keep continuing that path, it's going to be harder for you, because you're also going back. You need to make sure you're very careful how you limit your oral tobacco, or the strength of it, because it will take away the strength of your snuff. Toasts, you know, they should hit pretty nice. Rusticas, they should hit pretty nice. But if you're over here smoking a cigarette, when you go back to snake and sniff with some Rustica, you're not going to feel it as much as you would. Yeah, you'll feel it if you take a certain amount of snuff, a certain amount of pinches, but then you're still just causing your tolerance. With nicotine, you can easily bring up your tolerance very quickly, and you can also let it get down very quickly. I know this because when I quit dip and I started snoozing, I realized that I could basically get a fat buzz again, because I wasn't snoozing very often. I'd just be snuffing all last year. I'd just be snuffing. And then when I'd take a snooze, it'd be like, whoa, this is really nice. I'm really loving it. Well, lately I've been smoking some cigarettes, and I come back to snuff, and I'm not quite feeling what I want to feel. And that's not cool. But I want to throw that out. We're almost 6 minutes in, 5.5 minutes in. I just want y'all to know that, you need to think, let that play a part, because you will be like, oh, now the snuff isn't working, so I'm just going to continue to smoke cigarettes or dip or snooze and blah, 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 which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, to each their own. Some people I know are just now, ending their cigarette addiction, and they have been snuffing for a while, but see, I put it away a long time ago. It's just like I said, I'm trying to, the snooze, it's just hard. It's hard, but I want to come back, and so I've just been snuffing all day. Like I said, I had a free pack of cigarettes, a few packs, actually. I still have them. I have like 2. Smoking the shit out of cigarettes the other day. I was still snuffing too, but it just takes the joy out of it. So if you want to enjoy your snuff, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're enjoying noise of snuff, maybe you can do it all and you're just fine. Well, good for you. But for me, I guilt trip myself, and I don't know. I just want to be dominantly snuff, but I hadn't been feeling it, so I'm just snuffing today. Unless for whatever reason I decide. We're addicts here. Let's just say that. Let's face the fact. All of us here are addicts. We're nicotine addicts. We can't stop using nicotine. Maybe not all of us, but for the most part, I'm sure all of y'all have some. You got to do something, some type of form of nicotine. Well, you're an addict. Anyways, we got toast and marmalade here. Let's get to the good stuff. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. To all those lady snuffers out there that are mothers, happy Mother's Day to your mothers. Happy Mother's Day to all the guy snuffers out there that have mothers or a wife or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Happy Mother's Day. They might work, they might not, but either way, they're putting in their part and they're doing what they gotta do, and they gave you beautiful children, or they made you and you're you're one of their children. Point is, they do a lot. Give them some respect and say Happy Mother's Day to them, even if you don't like your mother. I'm not gonna get into my situation, but I still told my mom Happy Mother's Day today. So, ooh, you saw that? Oh my God! Good thing that didn't backfire. I think I breathed a little bit of that in. Anyways, let's get back to it. Let's throw that tune back on. This is some type of lo-fi jazz hip-hop, no crop, plus copyright-free music, it says on YouTube. So hopefully... Wish I could jam I actually do listen to this type of music. Not on camera, but... I love jazz, I love hip-hop, but I really wish I could play some metal on here, but I'm not going to put no copyright metal. It's probably just guitar riffs and really bad covers. I don't want to hear that shit. So we're just going to keep it jazzy. So opening it up, first, I'll say this. If you think because this is a citrus snuff, don't assume lime toast. Lime toast has much more salt in it. Still love lime toast. We're going to get into that. We might even revisit here while we're on camera. But most likely that will be a revisit coming up. Even though we've revisited lime toast so many times. I don't know if we have, but I know y'all have seen me do it on here, how much I talk about lime toast. But I got some more lime toast this year, and very excited about that. Because y'all know I love it. But anyways, so first opening this, and given that I do have some probably of it still in my nose, and I can get some of that out. It's okay. I'll throw it away. Anyway. These damn flies are really bad this year. Can't stand them. They're coming in here. Okay, so opening the tin. You get that immediate orange. Orange, yes, orange. Marmalade. Orange. I wouldn't call it a jelly orange. It's not super sweet. But I'll tell you, there's definitely less salt in here. Which, with that being said, get more of that buttery smell. Like it's a straight toast. I guess I could say that you get a little bit more of that natural toasty smell behind it, unlike the lime, when you get straight just full-on lime. I love the lime toast, but maybe it's not your cup of tea, or maybe it's just too zingy for you, too much, not quite a bit of a big of a a burn from this one. You know, it's a toast, so we see. Nice. The moisture's still in here from when I first opened it. I really don't care. I love toast so much. But see, look, there should probably be less in here, but it's because I've been doing other tobacco products. Yeah, it's not right. So you see all that on there. I thank you again, Roderick, for getting this to me as soon as you could. I know that I was emailing Roderick because, you know, I was with one of the orders recently that had been like behind because they didn't have the right shipping codes for customs to approve. So it got sent back like twice. And then the third time around, got here really quickly, which I just, you know, of course, when you're waiting like that, you're just like, oh my God. And you kind of like lose all trust and faith in your peeps, whoever you go to, Snuff, Mr. Snuff or Toque. But Roderick is really awesome about getting back to you and emailing you back. Doesn't matter who you are. You're like, oh, I'm talking to the owner of the company. No, he does it to like everyone, and it's fucking awesome. Really great customer service. You know, I will say, of course, I have to go ahead and say before I even take a pinch here, we're 11 minutes in. I have to say I love lime toast more than this. I love orange, but I'll say this about orange. And not bergamot, but orange. When it's mixed with the tobacco, which sometimes tobacco already has a smell, there's some type of, and no, not rustica, some type of rustic kind of smell. That could be because of the metallicness from the tin itself mixing in there. But to me, it feels like when orange is mixed with these buttery tobaccos and stuff, or just tobacco period, kind of smells rustic, kind of like a penny, which is kind of good and bad. It's not like horrible. Doesn't smell like just a penny. Yeah, I'm blowing Snuff all over the place. Anyways, it's still delicious. Orange, buttery goodness. This is a toast. We already kind of know what we're expecting here. Let's give it a pinch. Let's get a fatty in here. There we go. Focused in. See that nice, beautiful, it's a beautiful brown color, just how a toast should be. Let's stick this in our nose. Grab a pinch with me. If you got this toast, if you have this toast, pinch it up. Let's go. Here we go. Get that zing. You do get a little zing there from that citrus. Ooh, the more you do it, the more that orange. Boom. After the orange, you still get the orange, but you're getting kind of that buttery, toasty goodness all at the same. Not quite as regular tobacco smell like a natural toast, but it still has that natural toast, buttery smell in here. Just less smoky. And now, I also want to mention, you know, you get a dominant smell. Like if you actually do a pinch of your Snuff and then re-smell the end of the tin, you kind of get them all kind of going together. So you get those toppings, but you're still getting what's already in your nose. Anyway, delicious. I mean, I really don't know how much to describe too much for you unless you're a newcomer. Fine grind. Toast you should be careful with if you're not used to snuffing, because you'll shoot them right up into your nose. But would I say this is a beginner snuff? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you're going to get a little burn more than like an easy snuff. But if your technique's on fleek, you can do it. And I'm not saying that you're going to instantly have the technique. I didn't. But I think if any snuff you decide to choose for your first time, you're going to probably have hell with it because you're going to be sniffing it all crazy anyway. So really doesn't matter. Yeah, it is nicotine wise, you're getting it faster, but that doesn't mean there's a bunch of nicotine in here. It's just because it's grinded so fast. The same thing with dipping. Whenever you dip, if you dip long cut or extra long cut, you're getting more flavor there. If you're dipping Snuff or fine cut, you're going to get that nicotine faster. It's just going to hit you faster. Longer cut, more flavor. Longer grind or bigger grind, kind of get all that flavor in there, and it doesn't shoot to you. Nicotine is going to hit you faster. It doesn't have time to melt in there. It's already been coating your nose, and it's all in a fine powder, so it's just dissolving within those membranes. Not dissolving, that's not the correct, but it's sinking into those membranes a lot faster. You have a longer grind, it's going to stay in there and get like nice and runny and you keep it in there longer. And when it does hit you, it's going to pack a nice punch, but it's going to hit you slower. This is going to be a more immediate effect because it's chopped up like that. It has it's able to dissolve faster into those membranes because it's a finer grind. There's little bitty pieces of it everywhere, and it's a powder, so it just and it just kind of melts into your, goes into your bloodstream, blah, 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 blah. Just talking a little bit of the science here, because, that's the truth. So for anyone to say that, oh, this isn't good for a new timer, or this a new person, no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that conception. How would you say that? I just don't think that it really matters whether you take a fine grind or a medium grind or a more very, very coarse grind. Yeah, coarse grinds are easier, but I don't think that that's easier for a beginner snuff, because if you're not used to putting any type of tobacco or anything in your nose, period, it's going to be kind of a whoa kind of factor. This is delicious. Every time I go back into it, I'm smelling less of the orange and more of the buttery goodness from a toast. But that orange is still there, which you could kind of maybe feel like a marmalade or an orange jelly or just a nice citrus, a cutie orange. Those little small oranges, so good. Anyway, it's kind of like a little bit of that, and the orange doesn't last forever. I have to say it's kind of short-lived compared to the lime toast. The lime toast is much more. You can just smell that lime. It smells like a margarita. Or Lucas, if you know Lucas seasoning. We're going to take one more fat pinch and I'm going to call it. We're already 17 minutes in. It's quite a long review. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Nicotine, average, decent for a toast. Yes, it hits you faster, but that doesn't mean there's a shit ton in there. So let's go ahead and say, let's say 4 out of 5. 3.5 to 4 out. Pardon me. Ew, gross. Anyway, I think you're getting, it's more of a kind of an average nicotine. Like I said, 3.5, 4 out of 5. Nothing crazy. If you're a newcomer, yeah, it will probably hit you pretty nicely. I'm a nicotine fiend, so I'm always got nicotine in my system. So unless I do a bunch, it just depends. I might not be feeling it. Kind of on the same level as Uncle Squinty, despite my age. Guys, I don't know what y'all are thinking. If y'all think I'm young, I'm not fucking young. I just look like it. You know my genes. Good genes. Anyway, I'm 34. 6 years I'll be 40. Leave me alone. So, don't think I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you. It doesn't matter what the grind is. Anybody can try this. It's beautiful snuff. I recommend anyone go check it out. And if you like citrus, another thing that's nice about this, it's not bergamot. I hope the snuff gods and all you people aren't shunning me right now because I'm saying because it's not bergamot. I like bergamot, but sometimes too much bergamot, the essential oils and all the bergamot snuffs are so bergamoty, which I used to always just be like, yes, I want bergamot. I got a SP Extra we're going to review eventually, and I'm going to love every bit of it. But what I'm getting at is that, sometimes the bergamots, or just the essential oils in that they put in the snuff is just so bergamoty. And sometimes it's almost like I'm sniffing a essential oil and not just the beautiful bergamot smell it is. So it's a nice change up. Get that orange, but not so much of that. But don't get me wrong, I'll sniff Grand Cairo all day. I'll sniff SP Extra all day. It's whatever you're in the mood for. But it's a nice change up that is orange and not bergamot, more bitter orange. Even though they make it very zingy in all the snuffs that have bergamot in it, like Wilson's of Shero, even Toque, but that's not a problem. I'm just saying it's a nice change up because with the bergamot, I feel like it would take over that buttery, toasty smell. So I think with the toast, you could put bergamot in it, but with this one specifically, the more natural kind of stuff, I think you're going to take over that natural smelling snuff with that bergamot. I can't really tell you any more that's in here. I know there's a type of essential oil or something, and I can't think of what it's used. It's used in Freeburg and Trayer and some of one of their orange snuffs. I forget what it is. It's just an old-fashioned kind of orange smelling thing. I want to say that if it's not some type of orange essential oil, they use some type, that same stuff they use in F&T. I can't think of the name of the snuff. I know Simon's mentioned it in some of the F&T. I'm trying to think of which one that is, but it doesn't matter. So I can't really tell you exactly what's in here, but that orange and the toast, I mean, it's great. It's definitely a great breakfast snuff, but it's also really toast and marmalade. It makes you think of breakfast, but you don't have to do that. I think this is a nice one. You could just go outside and work in the yard and have some nice orange buttery goodness in your nose. It's a toast, so you already know what to expect. Y'all know that these are my fave. I love toast. I love that buttery smell. But I will say this also, the orange does make the buttery smell held back a little bit. It kind of takes over. So like I said, that's why I was mentioning that the bergamot would take over completely. 21 minutes in. Sorry that this review is so long, but I wanted to get into talking a little bit about that. Y'all know I like to kind of draw it out, and y'all got 21 minutes. So if y'all want to get to the end of this review, you're going to have to watch a little bit. I hope you have some time on your hands. Toast and marmalade. Hope y'all are all doing well. Can't tell you what the next review will be, but most likely it's going to be, unless I just am in the mood for something else, most likely it's going to be JBR by Poshel, and it's going to be the red. So cherry. I think cherry vanilla. And Mrs. Angry Boo just said, right here by me, she said that she will be in that one because she likes it. She wants to talk about it. So we're excited for that. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Hope y'all have a good day. Shout out to all my usuals. Shout out to all my latest reviewers. Let's like and subscribe. I'm not gonna really do a 200 person thing yet. We were almost at 200. Then I think we went to 201 subscribers, and then it went back down to 199. So whoever hopped on the snuff train and then hopped right off. So maybe when we get to like 210. If we get to 210, I'll do something big. Obviously, you know, can't really afford to give out anything, but we'll do something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll have a special episode. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a snuff that I hate or something. I don't know. So y'all can see me in pain. I love y'all, and good day. See you soon.